This topic is honestly so prevalent now. I mean, everybody's talking about it. Longevity, longevity, longevity. And honestly, part of me, I'm just kind of like, we're overcomplicating it. Like, I'm sort of sick to death of it because there's always something you need to take, or some supplement, or some drink. And I'm not arguing with it. Honestly, I think if it helps and if you can afford it, sure. But for me, longevity boils down to very basic, like first principle concepts. And interestingly enough, longevity and short-term health, long-term health and short-term health are, in my opinion, the same. They're intrinsically tied. The three primary pillars that from all the people I've listened to, David Sinclair, Peter Attia, Andrew Huberman, and those are just some of the biggest experts that have spoken at length, and ad nauseum about this topic of longevity and health. There's so many people, so many knowledgeable, educated people talking about this. Get good sleep. Recovery from any and all stresses is absolutely necessary and important. So to the best degree possible, 8 to 9 hours of sleep, as much as your body needs it. Sleep is important. Sleep helps with longevity. Sleep also helps with current, short-term health, everyday health. Eat clean, right? So there's a lot of foods that we're finding out that aren't great for us. Processed sugars aren't great for us. Seed oils, the research seems to be pretty conclusive, aren't great for us. Animal fats are pretty good for us. So whatever your diet constraints are, that's choice and preference. See what works for you. But in general, eat clean. That makes sense. That helps with longevity, and it helps with current short-term health. Exercise, very straightforward. Use your body. It is in a lot of ways a machine, a tool that requires utility. It needs to be used. So whether that's light usage like walking or swimming or anything low resistance, or heavy hard use like an intense sport or weightlifting or high intensity, interval training, whatever the case, there's so many different options we can choose from. That's number three. That is going to benefit you from a longevity perspective and a current short-term health perspective. Now, layering onto these three pillars are everything else. And the overarching piece here is hormesis. So hormesis is mild dosage of stressors that builds resilience in your body. It's not a very complex thing. It makes sense. The whole old school adage of if it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. I know that's a little overused, but in a simple sense, that's essentially what hormesis is. Some of the ways we get hormesis, I've already mentioned one of the primary ways, is exercise. Exercise is a stressor. It does push your body, it breaks your body down sometimes, but that's where that recovery component comes in, and it's very, very important. You have to rest. You have to get rest. The other hormetic effects that we can benefit from, that we have access to, a lot of them cost-free. A lot of them you don't have to pay. Cold exposure. If you want to do it the primo way, it is 100%. You need to get a cold plunge or, find a way to really immerse yourself in cold water. Dave Asprey said that there's even a workaround to this, in that you can take a bowl of water, freeze it overnight, and then sort of crack the ice and then dunk your face in it. Because that actually, a lot of the receptors are around your head and face and neck, and that gives you the benefit. So there's a lot of hacks. What I do, when I've talked about this before, I end my showers. If you're much more hardcore, you can start your showers with cold water. I just blast it on full cold, and I try and sort of sit in the cold for about 30, 45, 50 seconds, step back, do it again, step back, do it again. 3 times, that's just usually the cycle I do. And I think it's because it's something Andrew Huberman talked about, and I took it, I ran with it, and it works. I find that it's really beneficial. Heat exposure. Now, I don't go to the sauna often because there's no saunas around me. My brother actually started using the sauna in our house, which is pretty cool, and he's already noticing a lot of benefits. Heat exposure, in the same way cold exposure has benefits, heat exposure has immense benefits. Heat shock proteins, cold shock proteins. So if you have access to a sauna, that's something that you can do. I wouldn't think you want to spend the time and money, and if you have it, sure, to build your own sauna. But if you can go to a community center or a community pool, or if you have access to a sauna, you can do it. Another very simple, cost-free longevity and current health tool that you can take advantage of is fasting. Fasting has amazing hormetic benefits because you're depriving your body of food, of nutrition, and the evidence is showing benefit to this is your body goes into cleanup mode, goes into detox mode. So if you fast long enough, a process called autophagy kicks in, where your body basically goes through and starts getting rid of and killing off dead cells and eliminating cells that are defective and potentially problematic. It also gets your blood sugar and glucose levels leveled back, baselines them again. It trains your body and your brain to start changing over from glucose to ketones. So ketones is the fuel that we get when we burn fat for fuel. And I mean, there's so many benefits to fasting. Point is, it's cost-free, it's very simple, and it's pretty straightforward. So I've now named a bunch, right? The 3 pillars, again, I'll stick to is eat right, sleep right, exercise. All these other things to me are sort of add-ons, extensions to these different pillars. And also eating a variety of things like greens. There's a lot of debate with vegetables. Some people are saying it's absolutely healthy. Some people are raising the fact that some foods have compounds in them the body doesn't always like. Vegetables have compounds, protective compounds, because again, the general understanding is animals have a defense mechanism. That is, they fight back or they flee. Plants don't. So plants are rooted into the ground. They are at the mercy of the environment and their surrounding. So how they fight back is they have compounds that make their leaves, their structure themselves taste bad. They'll give you adverse reactions. So often you can't just go out and pick a leaf and eat it because it's probably going to make you sick, and that there's a reason for that. But there are vegetables and compounds that we've known that we can consume that is not bad for us in the right doses. So everything from things like turmeric, resveratrol, which comes from red wine and from the dark compounds. So there's all these different benefits of vegetables. So whether the debate is warranted, it's understood that if it doesn't make you sick, if you eat it and if you don't feel bad, it's probably okay for you to incorporate to some degree. So having that variety and balance is also beneficial. Not in the way we think. It's not necessarily the nutrition aspect of it, although there are. It's the hormetic aspect. There's all these different things, and I just feel like people are complicating it by going on about take this compound, take that compound, take this pill, take that pill. I mean, there never seems to be an end or a ceiling to it. And for me, I've always operated simple works. Simple is effective, simple is sustainable. I can follow it. It's crazy to have 50 jars of pills and to take 50 pills a day. I have a hard enough time taking my vitamin D and zinc and vitamin C that I usually take. I would tell you, find the way that is the most straightforward, the least complicated, the most sustainable to this whole conversation, to longevity, to long-term health, to short-term health, and do those things. And trust me, you will benefit. You will benefit now, and you will benefit into the future. Because I find it funny that when the topic of longevity is brought up, people talk about living to a certain age or living. You have to get through from now to that point. You don't just magically skip over and you get to that point and you're like, hey, I'm 100 or hey, I'm 90. No. You got to make sure that as you're going through it, you're getting through it, you're good all the way through. So do these things that I talked about. Obviously, do your research if you feel like it doesn't sound right or if it's not comfortable for you. I'm not a physician. All the things that I'm talking about, I do for myself, and I've benefited from it myself. So anecdotally, I can tell you that it's worked for me and it keeps working for me. And I'm always tweaking things. But my overarching message here is don't complicate your life with this. Don't complicate your life with longevity and everything. Do the basics, do the foundational things, and your short-term health and your long-term health will be good. And you will get these longevity results that you might be interested in.